I'm Annabelle Candy. I'm a writer and web designer. I live here in Noosa, Australia. I started a blog called Get in the Hotspot about 18 months ago. Sorry, about 9 months ago. And I was recently contacted by Coca-Cola. They said they liked my blog and they liked the positive tone of my writing and they wanted me to come to Sydney and also to go to Shanghai. So after thinking about it for 2 seconds, I agreed. I went down to Sydney and I met Coca-Cola and I met three other bloggers that were also going to go to Shanghai. Here we all are. I don't think we could quite believe our luck. We were wined and dined. Of course, we drank plenty of Coca-Cola as well, but we had some really good food. And about 4 weeks later, we were on the plane to Shanghai flying business class. Coca-Cola really treated us well. They listened to what we said. So if we said, look, we don't like this advert, they would actually take notes on what we were said. It was nice to be listened to. And it was also nice to travel business class. I've done a lot of traveling, but normally at the other end of the plane. In Shanghai, we were met by two Chinese guys and taken to our five-star hotel on the Bund in Shanghai, which I think is one of the nicest areas. It's on the Huangpu River. We went for a walk and it blew my mind. Where I live in Noosa, there's no buildings over 10 foot high, about 3 meters, and there's only two sets of traffic lights. In Shanghai, there's about 20 million people, and I think we walked past 1 million of them in the first 20 minutes. The buildings are incredible. This is the view from my hotel window, and I like seeing the boats going down the river as well. This is what Shanghai looks like in the daytime. This is probably pretty early in the morning when I went for a walk. There's some interesting old buildings in Shanghai as well as some amazing modern architecture. And I think we all know Chinese people like doing Tai Chi. It was fun to see them doing that. I didn't know that they also like walking along and clapping and backwards walking. So that's something I need to try sometime. I'd love to give Tai Chi a go as well. That looks fun. Here's me and the other bloggers. We were taken to the Coca-Cola Research and Development Centre and given a tour of that, which was a lot more fun than it sounds. It's kind of a cross between a museum and a theme park, really. These are the other people that were on the tour. And Coca-Cola, you know, I think in their ads they talk about happiness. They really try and walk the walk. They also put on a conference for us, bloggers. There were about 23 bloggers from different countries, and it was really interesting to find out how social media and advertising works in different countries. There were speakers at the conference from the US, from China, and bloggers from a lot of different countries in Asia. There are about 23 bloggers. This is me and Danai. He's from Thailand. He's a very well-known blogger in Thailand. And this is Jira Pass. She's also from Thailand. She blogs about makeup. She said that I wasn't wearing enough makeup. This is Tom from Atlanta. He spoke to us about innovation at the conference. We're now at World Expo, by the way. This is Alvin and Walter. They're from Singapore. And this is Ricky from Japan. He writes a blog, but he's also the head of an advertising agency in Japan. And these are the bloggers from Korea. They're holding the Coca-Cola birthday cake. And this is a guy from Kenya. I don't know his name, but he does a bit of advertising, I think, for Coca-Cola. This is the site of the World Expo. It's set on two sides of the Huangpu River, probably 2 or 3 kilometers on either side. It's a huge event. This is the Malaysian pavilion. A lot of different countries have pavilions, and Chinese people are really interested to see the pavilions. A lot of them don't have a chance to travel overseas. In China, you can't really get a lot of internet outside of China, so Chinese people are very hungry for information about other countries and other cultures. They're very excited to be hosting World Expo and have a chance to find out more about other countries and cultures. And it was fun to see them doing that. They were having a great time. Here they are queuing to get into the US Embassy. That's the most popular pavilion. Chinese people are particularly interested in America. Um, these are just photos of some of the Chinese people who were enjoying World Expo. I also met a Chinese blogger, just to give you a little bit of background information. He told me he lived in the US for 1.5 years and he writes a blog about what life was like there. On his most popular post, he had 500 million hits. So that really shows you how hungry Chinese people are for that kind of information. And also, it kind of goes to show that at the moment his blog is about 1 million times popular than mine. But maybe I'll catch up one day. This is the celebration for Coca-Cola's 125th birthday. They put on an amazing parade with a lot of drumming and acrobatics. This is the guy from Kenya who did his signature brr, and this is the parade. Just amazing costumes and lovely to watch, really, to see all the different faces in the crowd and the different faces of the performers. Oh, this is the Mexican pavilion. We had fun there. The Chinese people were able to interact with the mariachi dancers, and the Mexicans put on a really good show. That was beautiful. This is inside the Mexican pavilion. I love that hat. I haven't been to Mexico, but it's still on my list. There I am, experiencing a little bit of Mexico in Shanghai. I think I might have had a couple of tequilas at that point. Um, this is Haibo. He represents the World Expo, and this is a concert. That was a concert Coca-Cola had. This is World Expo at night. A lot of big buildings, a lot of flashing lights. It's just incredible what happens. I've never seen anything like it in my life. It's a futuristic city, it's a futuristic place, and I'm pretty lucky to have been able to experience it. Um, it's a lot of excitement for a small town girl like me. This is just a tiny area of World Expo. We're actually on the way out at this point, but it gives you an idea what it was like. Chinese people are very advanced with technology. The Japanese blogger was very impressed to find touchscreen kiosks in the taxi. This is a temple. Although they're very in touch with technology, they still manage to retain a bit of their ancient culture. And this temple is a little oasis of tranquility in the center of Shanghai. It's completely dwarfed by tower blocks, but it's a beautiful old building. And when we visited, it was a special festival. There were a lot of people at the temple making offerings, a lot of monks there doing their Buddhist chanting, and it was really special to see that. This is an area of Shanghai called Tai Kang Lu. I think they call it the Lanes. It's a very cosmopolitan, bohemian area, not what I expected to find in Shanghai at all. There's a lot of interesting arty shops, bars and restaurants, and we enjoyed hanging out there, doing a little bit of shopping and people watching. Chinese people love their uniforms. This is just one photo of someone in uniform. And these are my kids with the presents I brought home from them. They were pretty pleased to see their mum again. And that's the end of the slideshow. I hope to see you on my blog, getinthehotspot.com, and I hope you enjoyed the slideshow. Thanks for watching.